Hello, I'm Matt Guff from House.com, and this is a pair of 2019 Burton Escapade snowboard bindings. This is the Escapade Reflex option. There's one other option called the EST. The Reflex option has mounting discs that go directly underneath your feet. This is an all-mountain binding designed for most people who like to kind of just free ride and carve around. Does that mean you can't jump in it? No, of course you can jump in these bindings, but for the most part, the women who are going to ride the Escapades tend to keep their boards on the snow. This is a fast, lightweight, very responsive binding with lots of comfort. It's for intermediate to advanced level riders. Beginners won't necessarily need all the technology that's in it, but if you are a beginner, you want to get one, go for it. Doesn't bother me, and you'll probably still have a really good time. The Escapade, again, is like medium to stiffer style binding, has a 30% short glass nylon composite lower base plate chassis system. And with that chassis is not very much plastic directly underneath your foot that allows the chassis to actually flex with the contours of the snow, so your board doesn't have any dead or non-flex spots directly underneath your feet, which is actually really nice. And Escapade is, of course, well known for its comfort. There's a full bed, an auto-cant full bed of cushioning directly underneath your foot with a little bit of B3 gel in the heel area. The padding goes from your heel all the way to your toes, and the toe ramp is actually adjustable. So if your feet grow, you can get different boots and keep the same size bindings and just move that toe ramp out, which is actually really nice. And then there's the Highback. Now this is the thing that really stands out the most when you just look at with the Escapade. The first thing to notice is this. This is a kickback hammock. It actually is like a double high back that acts as suspension and allows your boot to roll inside of the high back. It's an asymmetrical style shaping. There's a little bit more medial support on the inside that's a little bit stiffer than the lateral side, which is a little bit softer on that corner. And then of course is a forward lean adjustment. Now keep in mind, even though this is a toolless forward lean adjustment that you can shift on the fly, if you go from basically zero forward lean to maximum forward lean, which is called an F5 setting, the setting pillar actually slides in between the heel cup and the actual high back. So if you use any of those higher settings like F5 or F4, you're gonna have to loosen with a Phillips screwdriver the side mounts and then place the high back into the heel cup for a better fit. That's only if you're using the high level acute settings for F5 and F4. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting the Escapades. And then moving into, of course, the straps. Both straps feature double take buckles. There's no one else in the snowboard industry that is doing this. There's a helical side tooth that actually guides the smooth glide buckles or the buckle over the top of the ladder, and then the perpendicular teeth on the inside actually lock it in place. And both the toe and the ankle strap have that. The ankle strap looks pretty similar to what's found in the Alexa. The Alexa is actually the asymmetrical. This is just a regular old hammock strap. I don't mean to say like regular old, but the hammock strap is actually really great. It has an external spine or exo spine, and then it's mold injected. There's two different densities of plastics, and it reduces the overall amount of waste that the binding has when it's being manufactured, which is actually really great because they inject a mold with the material, and they don't have to cut anything out, and it doesn't really break down at all. So you can have these bindings for pretty much your entire life, and you won't have to worry about padding getting smashed or a stitch coming loose because they don't actually have them. And then the toe strap. This is actually a Super Grip 2.0. This is upgraded from last year. It has a little bit harder of a perimeter, and it's worn on the front of your toes, not on the top of your foot. Just keep that in mind. It does a really good job at keeping your toes down on that toe ramp and your heel back in that heel pocket. And then when it comes to mounting the Escapade, there's a couple of different discs. This is a 2x4 and 4x4 mounting disc, and this is a channel system disc exclusively for Burton boards. Any modern day snowboard can have the Escapades mounted on them, which is really great. Has a bunch of cool colorways. This one's actually called like Wine Girl Wasted, which I think is brilliant. So Burton does a really great job. This looks like the Genesis X in the men's version, but this is a women-specific design. So every component is specifically designed for females and how their bodies make gear react to their movement. So it's not just a smaller men's binding, it's It's actually women's binding. Like every single piece is designed specifically for females. So make sure to check this thing out. It's a really rad binding. If you're a high level rider, want lots of comfort, Escapade is the one. Check it out in the description below with a link. And of course, subscribe to our channel right there. Check out more vids there. And hopefully I'll see you guys on snow. Peace.